Bonjour, everyone. It is Sue with Sue Has Retired to France on a Shoestring. Welcome, everybody. It is Friday afternoon in southwest France. I was actually going to try to do this video turned around so that my back was facing my windows and my beautiful view that I'm looking at right now. But it was too much light behind me, and so it didn't work. So you get to see my lovely, fantastic kitchen with the incredibly weird looking pumpkin trim on the cabinets, which won't be there for that much longer. But I don't know when I'll get around to actually painting that. We'll see. I'm still trying to debate what I want to paint the cabinets to look like. And it really won't be a long-term thing. As I understand it, when it's spring next year, before it gets too hot in the summer, the landlord is planning on getting rid of these and swapping them out for newer cabinets. But in the meantime, he's perfectly fine with me going ahead and then painting them so that they are a little bit more modern, shall we say. They're perfectly serviceable, but they're just ugly as hell, as you can see. So what's been going on this last week? Well, as you can imagine, it's been another week of settling in and going back and forth to various different stores and ordering things online to make sure that I have all of the things that I need. You can see over this shoulder my new microwave slash grill, my toaster oven, and I've also ordered a smaller than what I used to have Instant Pot. And I'm trying to think that I ordered something else, but for the kitchen. But maybe I didn't. I don't think I need anything else at this point in time. Oh, that's what I was gonna order, an air fryer, but I rarely used it, and I think that I can use this microwave slash grill to do a lot of that. That's what somebody who has one of them here told me. So we'll see. Maybe I will make good use of it as a air fryer stand-in. I did go ahead and order myself a bicycle and a bike basket and some panniers. I'm very much looking forward to when those arrive, sometime probably early next week. I have been missing doing bike commuting and just biking for groceries, biking for shopping ever since I lived in Phoenix. And I moved away from Phoenix the end of 2016. So since then, I haven't lived in a place where it has been possible for me to do a lot of bike commuting. So this will be not just fun, but it will be good exercise to get out and do things. So that's something to look forward to. Yesterday, I went on a fantastic event with some new friends here. It was a boat trip on the Tarn River that went about, I don't know how far up it went. I don't know how many kilometers, but it was probably about an hour up river and then coming back into Albi and then going a little bit further from the boat launch into the town so that we have some really awesome pictures of the cathedral and other old buildings that sit on the river. And I will add a montage of all of those at the end of this video. So don't turn off the video after the talking head here stops, because you might want to take a look at some of those beautiful, beautiful old settings and the river itself. Yesterday was a little bit of a tough day. The landlord has been doing a lot of work to the unit above me. He had let it out to a couple of college students that were there, I think, for 2 years, and had never cleaned it at all in the 2 years. Both he and his wife shared that with me. So they've both been coming, tag teaming at different times to do all sorts of deep cleaning. And yesterday, when I was gone for a couple of hours, they were bringing stuff up the stairs, and a lot of it's very noisy. You know, if you're bringing like a carpet cleaner and things like that up and down stairs and it's kind of banging against the stairs itself, it got OB fairly agitated. And so there was a period of time when I was gone, both yesterday and I guess the day before, when they were doing a lot of that stuff, that OB was here barking. Not nonstop, but several different times when he would start barking and then stop and then start up again. So yesterday, of course, I got a lovely text from my landlord basically reminding me that, I need to keep control of that. And so it threw me kind of into a tailspin. And I was already in a little bit of a tailspin earlier this week, as some of you have kind of seen some of my notes or the posts that I have put up, that, finally everything as I'm settling in is calming down and cooling down in terms of being so busy, and the reality of everything that I have done the last 6, 7, 8 months is really starting to settle in, and I'm not regretting anything. And I'm very, very happy about all my decisions. But it is also difficult when you miss people and the time difference is so varied. I have friends on the East Coast and friends on the West Coast of the US, and it's really tough, especially to touch base with people on the West Coast, for both of us to find times that fit schedules. But I am making that work, and I am trying to keep a positive attitude about the OB barking thing. I'm probably a little too worried about it than I should be. I had a meeting with my therapist yesterday, who is based back in Marble Falls, and we will continue to work together, which is fantastic because he's given me a very good rate. But he brought up the fact that I might be looking at the landlord's text as an 8 out of a 10 scale of something to be worried about. And in reality, the landlord might be just at a 2, just wanting to remind me that, I need to make sure that my dogs aren't barking, because it is a co-living space. There's one person above, and then the building next door, I can't hear them, and I know they can't hear me, but there is a possibility if the dogs are outside. They have a dog next door that's a pug, and upstairs next door they have an old chocolate lab. So dogs are not strangers here, and all of them bark, but it's just bad timing, especially with me trying to feel settled, and that makes me feel more unsettled. I do have some fun things coming up this weekend too. I've been invited to a game party tomorrow late afternoon with a new friend that lives here. And then I've also been invited to a fairly large, and it sounds like a ton of fun, Bastille Day party on the 14th. And that individual lives right on the river, and that's where the fireworks are going to be. So that should be a tremendous amount of fun, and I'll try to take a lot of pictures of that to share with you all. But that's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to touch base and let everybody know that things are still moving ahead. One of my subscribers did ask that I cut a video on getting a bank account here in France. So I thought that was a fantastic idea, and I will get on that in the next couple of days to explain and go through the processes that I went through to get my French bank account. And along those lines, my checkbooks arrived today. I don't know why they sent me two. I might have screwed up and ordered two, but one of them is a business type of check with the check stub on the left, and then the other is your quote-unquote regular type of checkbook. But in France, it's a little bit different. They're bigger and they're wider. I don't know when I will be ever using one, if I will ever be using one, but that's something I'm going to have to train myself on too. And I can cover that a little bit in that banking video as well. So I wish everybody a bonjour or a bonsoir. Take care of yourself. I'll see you again soon, and au revoir.